One of the things I absolutely hate about social media is women that come on to make statements to blame men for everything, right? Everything under the sun, it's a man's fault. Even when the women themselves in the situation are truly solely responsible for their actions. No, somehow the conversation has to surround itself around men, right? These are the same women who want to destroy the patriarchy. That very same patriarchy which allows them to be online spewing the garbage that they do, that same patriarchy is the one that they want to destroy. So anytime I see it, I mean, I ask myself, where is the intelligence? Where's the intellect? Where's the knowledge, understanding, wisdom? All absent, apparently. But let's take a moment to dissect this, shall we? Let's go.
Hold on, I gotta get a couple things straight. So it's laughable when a woman spends $10,000 on her body, but it's praised when a man spends $10,000 on jewelry. One does it for attention and the other does it for what? What's the difference between putting $10,000 in your ass and $10,000 around your neck? Well, I guess there's health concerns in regards to surgery, but then again, niggas is dying every day over VVS's and Cuban links.
Statistically speaking, the average American salary is about 60 grand a year, right? Which is low for all intents and purposes. It's kind of low. How many people do you know that make roughly 60 grand a year and own a $10,000 chain? I don't know any personally, right? Not in my inner circle of friends, not even in my outer circle, although I suspect there may be one, but he has a different level of income. But that's outer circle, right? Inner circle, making 60 grand a year. I don't know anybody like that. Now, you can answer me in the comments, is it true or not? Because with inflation, with expenses such as mortgage or rent, car note, insurance, food, mobile phone bills, Con Edison, if you have your own place, water, repairs, electricity, whatever it is. Right? You got kids, clothes. I don't know anybody making that kind of money, 60 grand or slightly under, who can afford to even have a $10,000 chain. They would much rather take that money and go on vacation somewhere. Now, that's me speaking from knowledge, wisdom, also experience, and a certain level of intellect. On the flip side of that, how many people do you know, women, making that same amount of money, roughly speaking, who have had their bodies done? I know some. I am in close proximity, wouldn't say we're friends, we're close, who has shown me someone that had their body done. She's not wealthy. She doesn't make a lot of money. I know someone else, neighborhood. This person is unemployed, somehow had the money to get their body done. I know a couple others. One works at a beauty salon. Not wealthy, she's not the owner. Got her body done. I've seen a few people within this, neighborhood, general, not really close, but let's say in Fordham, obviously had their bodies done. They walk by, guys are commenting. So, would it be fair to say, statistically speaking, that men who make this amount of money don't own a $10,000 chain? I think it would. On the flip side, women who make this amount of money do get their body done. Or do we need to pull out the receipts? I think maybe we should. Let's go.
A local woman dies during plastic surgery in the Dominican Republic, the third such death involving an American in a month.
And now the Dominican Health Ministry is opening an investigation, but a grieving family worries they won't get answers and wonder whether others are at risk. CBS 2's Tony Aiello reports.
Maxine David's phone is filled with pictures of her sister, Alexandra Medina.
Savvy, smart, vibrant, passionate.
But the New Rochelle resident was also unhappy with her appearance. David says U.S. doctors told her sister she needed to lose weight before getting liposuction body reshaping. But a Dominican doctor Medina contacted through Facebook had a different opinion, according to David.
This doctor was like, no problem, we can do it, we can handle it. We've dealt with, bigger women, and so, come here, we'll do it. And it was obviously also cheaper.
You heard that for yourself, right? That was 3 deaths in 1 month from women getting BBLs. Now you tell me, realistically speaking, and speaking the truth, am I telling the truth or is she telling the truth? Because a lot of women say, well, they do it for themselves and, their appearance, but you can get a gym membership and go to the gym. But no, you want to take the easy route. The easy route is not safe. You can go to the gym. Yeah, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some hard work. But guess what? You will be, rewarded so much more greatly for taking the time and the effort to actually put in to looking how you want to look.
Speaking of surgery, Kanye didn't care about obesity until after he received liposuction. And how come everybody that pretends that they care about obesity in the black community uses Lizzo as an example, when Rick Ross and many others have been fat their whole careers? Does it only matter when it's about a black woman? Well, that's not fair. We should care about fat black men too.
So now you're using entertainers. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the only people that would have that kind of expensive, gaudy jewelry would be entertainers or maybe drug dealers. Maybe. So let's see if what she's saying is accurate. First, I'm going to take myself off screen for a minute so I could just show you this. This is going to be Rosé Rick Ross, right? Before, after. Al Sharpton. This dude used to be 305. Big boy, right? Before, after. Another Al. Roker. Big Al. Alright, before, after. So, I think it would be safe to say that I personally, and I can speak for my friends as well, my inner circle, I would not condone any friend of mine to get to a point where they're morbidly obese and greenlight them staying that way. All right, now we go through things sometimes. You might go through a divorce, you might lose your finances, things, and you might resort to eating, right? Or it just might be bad work, home dynamics, bad eating habits, whatever the case is. You might put on some weight. It's not healthy to stay that way. I had a car accident about 10 years ago. I was about 255, injured my knee, neck, back, hip. Because the knee was injured, one of the orthopedists told me, if you lose some weight, you will gain more mobility, because that's one of the problems. The weight that you're putting on it is making the pain more pronounced. It took about 6-7 months, but I was able to get down from like 255 to 200. And it did work in conjunction with going to physical therapy and strengthening the knee. Although my body was in pain, I was on painkillers, I was on fentanyl, all kind of stuff. But just the PT and, losing the weight, which I had to, control what I eat, obviously. No more big breakfast, very small breakfast, if anything, or not eat till later in the day for the benefit of my health and my well-being. So when this one on screen says, oh, don't worry about it, this Lizzo fangirl, obviously, yeah, you should worry about it. Being morbidly obese is unnatural. Even Lavelle Crawford, he was like, what, 550? He had to drop that weight. There's a few guys remaining in the industry that are big, but they need to drop that weight too. Who the hell is going to carry a casket with a dude that's like 550 of dead weight? Shh. Gonna need some NFL linebackers in that line.
Speaking of problems in the black community, everybody wants to talk about abortions, but nobody wants to talk about fatherless homes. Herschel Walker, Kanye West, and many others have created a space where their black children are not going to grow up with black fathers present in the home. So the black woman should continue to have more black children that'll be made fun of for not having fathers. These are just things that befuddle me is all.
So, black women having children, are you talking about the ones that have the children of multiple men? Right? The ones that have multiple baby daddies? Are those the ones that you're talking about? Because that's a you problem. If you have a relationship and you have children, right? And the relationship ends up not working out, what you're supposed to do is put the brakes, regroup, take stock of your current position in life, and then make some firm decisions about what you're going to do moving forward to change the trajectory of where you're seemingly going. What do they do instead? They jump into a relationship with another guy. Fails, they have a child, they don't stop, take stock, regroup, they jump into another relationship. It fails, inevitably, another child. It is an unending cycle of stupidity that goes on in perpetuity. Well, feminism is one of the reasons, but you have to take some accountability for yourself, right? Nobody said relationships are easy. Some of these women, as soon as there's an issue, the first thing they do is throw their hands up and bail. Even women that are married, whereas you stood in front of this man or woman judge and said, for better or worse, as soon as you hit a rough patch, you decide, oh, I want Uncle Sam to be my daddy now. All right, I'm going to go in Section 8. I'm going to go on welfare. No, and I don't want to have anything to do with you. Right? That's if you're in the big cities. Or you're going to try to leave the guy, take the house, kick him out, get child support. This is what people do. These women take absolutely zero accountability. You're the ones that control access to sex. You keep your legs closed. You stay away from Pookie and Ray Ray, who sit at home playing video games, smoking weed, and having a good time. Right? All they can do is pump out babies. They don't add anything to you. They're not a guy that you can sit down with, hatch a plan for y'all to be super successful, right? You can't sit down with Pookie and Ray Ray and say, listen, why don't we do this? Why don't we start a YouTube channel around our children or around our pets or something that we like to do, going to the gym? No, you can't do that with them. But you will come on here and blame men in general for your failures with Pookie and Ray Ray and your multiple kids. Now, that's an L that you have to take. Just like you own that L that you have up, you have to hold that L. Anyways, that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. This woman is unbelievable. I tell you what, boy, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Anyways, be sure to subscribe to the channel. of course, like it. Give me a like for that YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to grow this platform because I think my voice is one of those that needs to be out there for people to hear. You know, because there's a lot of people out there, they have big platforms, but eh, I'm not going to go into it. But I can share the video and subscribe to the channel. That's like the minimum I ask of you, right? I don't know, times are hard. Everybody doesn't have money to support in terms of money, but my support links will always be in the description. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.